Imagine having a computer system that kept track of every event, thought, image, or desire that had ever transpired on the earth. Imagine as well that rather than simply a compilation of written data and words, this system contained countless videotape films and pictures, providing the viewer with an eyewitness account of all that had ever happened within any historical time frame. Imagine as well that this enormous database kept track not only of the information from an objective perspective, but also maintained the perspectives and emotions of every individual involved. Finally, imagine that this source contained not only information from the past and present, but also constantly calculated probable futures based on current events. As incredible as all of this may sound, this description gives a fairly accurate representation of the Akashic Records.
At the same time, in Telic Recursion, it seems like all of the states are being considered. So am I only conscious of a few, but unconscious?
You're locked into terminal consciousness now. You have a form of consciousness that is appropriate to life in the terminal domain. Okay, what I'm talking about, Telic Recursion occurs in the non-terminal domain. It involves a different form of consciousness. And in the conspansive manifold, it's its own memory. It consists of layer upon layer upon layer of events that never disappear and never go away. They're right there. Nothing, you don't even have to reach into storage and pull this information out. It's right there. All right? And that's one of the advantages of having a manifold structured in the way that the CTMU is structured. Everything is right there as it is needed. And of course, telons are adaptive. Okay, Telic Recursion is adaptive. When things happen that are not necessarily in accord with a certain telon, the telon adapts to the new set of resources at its disposal and comes together again, approaching the same final outcome.
Does one have to be adaptive if one is, let's say, incoherent, which I heard you equate evil to?
I didn't equate evil to incoherence. I said evil is incoherent.
Your face is very large for me right now.
Okay, so basically it's incoherent because evil is anti-existence. All right, basically it hates existence and it wants to go out of existence, right? But when you take a bunch of evil and it won't recognize its own existence and it won't recognize the existence of anything else, it's very hard to coordinate. It can't be coordinated, so it becomes incoherent. The only way that evil actually achieves any sort of reality is it uses physical systems to do it. It nucleates physical systems and uses their structure, their power structures, their hierarchies in order to be realized. That's a danger zone phenomenon.
Just assume that proposition is correct.
Take the content of this dialogue right here, one person out of 100, somehow extract that piece and transmit it across time.
Oh,
Right? There are ways, and people are working. It's a fascinating way to level up finding insight.